In this video, we will look at how where people lived impacted their health. There was often poor health in towns. They were small, especially as a lot of people died during the Black Death. Houses were made of wood and placed very closely to one another. Because if this fires and overcrowding were very common, most towns didn't have access to clean water or sewage systems. Sewage was thrown into the street, leaking into waterways, wells, and nearby rivers. Businesses, such as leather tanneries, were often situated on residential streets, meaning toxic waste was thrown into the streets too. This meant that people were forced to get their drinking water from contaminated waterways. In London during the 13th century, because the River Thames was becoming too contaminated, a water channel named the Great Conduit was built. In 1388, the government ordered that towns are to keep their streets clean and waste-free. Measures were introduced to make sure sewage and waste were directed away from the town's water supply. Monasteries had cleaner water than towns. They had systems in place to separate clean and dirty water. Most were built near rivers. If this was not possible, artificial waterways were built. Toilets were in separate buildings. Some had hospitals that cared for sick people. Monks who were unwell were cared for in infirmaries in monasteries. Monasteries had more money than towns, who had to rely on wealthy individuals, and so they were able to keep the premises clean. Populations within monasteries were relatively small compared to towns, and so it was easier to enforce rules on hygiene and disposal of waste.